Yep, I made the cut. You see it right there. I would have never believed it possible, considering the trouble that many have had to get this guy. If I had to rub my own crystal ball, I would have predicted I would have been on the chopping block. But no, fortunately, I made the cut. And here he is, Richard, Crystal Ball King. Welcome to GI Reviews. I'm your host, The Ruckus, and as I stated in the opener, I made the cut. What am I talking about? You see the figure before you. It is the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 159. Richard Crystal Ball King, member of Cobra. And this is a Walmart exclusive. It was a part of their Collector Con earlier this year, 2025. And anybody that's dealt with Walmart, especially when it comes to their exclusives, they are notorious for canceling pre-orders. And, you know, it's bad enough when that happens with a mainline retail item, but when it's an exclusive, that can be terribly problematic because it's an exclusive. That means what? Limited quantities. And if you miss out on an opportunity, a lot of times there are no other windows. So it's frustrating when you get in there and you manage to get your pre-order in on an exclusive, and you breathe a sigh of relief. You're good to go, and then the next thing you know, way before it's even released, you get notified that your pre-order's canceled. That's crazy. Anyhow, what happened with me? I did not emerge unscathed. My order for Crystal Ball was apparently shipped, right? Or was being processed for shipping. Then I started getting notifications that it was delayed. So now you know what, my next reaction was going to be, oh hell, I'm about to get canceled out. And then lo and behold, last week it went through, and I had finally gotten it a couple days ago. So here we are. Like I said, I made the cut and I'm happy for it. You see what we got going on here, and you see the accessories, which look pretty interesting, to say the least. We've got the 159 at the top with the Cobra logo. We've got the attributes there on one side, and we've got some artwork of Crystal Ball doing his thing on the other. And then on the rear, we have some toy photography, and the backdrop is very interesting. It looks like I don't know, I'm trying to see, I don't think that's a dragonfly up there in the sky, that chopper. There is it looks like a Cobra Sentry of some kind pointing up to it, but that's all I can discern. And then, of course, we got the thumbnails. One got Crystal Ball with that crazy octopus-like helmet, and then other thumbnail of something that I won't be able to tell until we get this guy open. So, since that's what we need to do to figure out what we're dealing with, that's what we're going to do. We're going to kick off something new. As any of you that have been rocking with me from the beginning, you know that I am an admitted non-OG. I'm, not a G.I. Joe fan that's, from the beginning, starting with the 80s cartoon, whatever. But as you know, I am in love with the line. And so I'm not as up on the characters all the time as I could be or should be. Due to, not having been down, my lack of knowledge sometimes is just blaring. Anyway, what we're going to try to begin doing is read whatever bio information I can come up with, and I'm going to recite it. So we get a little bit of background on whatever character I'd be reviewing, and we're going to kick this off with our boy Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is known for his role as Cobra's hypnotist and interrogator. His eerie ability to read minds and manipulate others through hypnosis makes him a valuable asset to Cobra's operations. With the background shrouded in mystery and a flair for psychological warfare, Crystal Ball adds a supernatural edge to the battle against the G.I. Joe team. And that's how it goes down. And that was an easy one to come across. I'm sure there'll be times where it'll be more difficult for me to find some info, background or biographical info on the characters. But as always, we will cross those bridges when we get to them. Right now, we've got our boy Crystal Ball out of packaging, and you see we've got all of his accessories. And we'll take a look at them first. We'll start over here with these very interesting green colored accoutrements here. We've got this sword. It looks I'm trying to think of what type of sword this would be, but it looks like it's enveloped with green flame, and the hilt, of course, painted black. It looks a scimitar. That's the word I was looking for. I believe this is a scimitar or something in that class. So yeah, we've got that, and we have the namesake right here. This is a crystal ball, and it's basically transparent ball, and it's wrapped around green tendrils, and I believe that the ball is removable. It looks like it wants to. Yep, it is. It's removable, and it reveals the whatever is underneath there. I'm not going to go all the way. You saw that I was able to move it a little bit, so I'm going to leave that. My luck, I wouldn't be able to get it back properly. Next up on the other side here, we've got another hand. This is a left hand. It's an open kind of grasping kind of hand there. It's it's got the glove, and it's clawed. So that's pretty cool, because he comes out of packaging, I should say, with C grippers both sides there. So you got that. Then we have his side weapon, and it's a 6-shooter of some kind, and it's got looks like a snake wrapped around it, from what I can tell. But yep, definitely some type of revolver. Pretty nice looking. And of course we have this shield, and you see how it goes on his arm. You've got this nice design in the shield, but that's not all there is to it. It's lenticular. When you move it around, I don't know if this will show on camera, but it does change. I think it does. It's looking like it's changing in my viewfinder. So yeah, it's lenticular. It's definitely a nice design there. Skull with snakes and tendrils and what have you. Pretty nice. And I believe here on this other side of our accessories, we've got this green, and it also has it's basically the same design as what we see there, and it can go in. I believe we can clasp that in. Yes, we can. And there it is, snapped in, and so you can have your shield this way as well. Pretty nice. Finally, we have the this is it's another head sculpt, so it's not a mask or anything. I mean, I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, a mask or an illusion. This guy is a hypnotist, so it's probably an illusion that he gets the people in his vicinity to believe that's what that is. But this is banging, molded in that green, and we've got those red eyes going on there. It looks really nice. And then, of course, there's on the cranium, we've got some type of red going on there as well. And it looks, they're recessed, so they look like, their eyes inside a black background. And then there's the reddish jewel, I guess, or whatever it's supposed to be on the forehead. And there's a line there. It almost, I'm not even going to say what it looks like to me. This is a PG broadcast here. So, but other than that, it really looks nice. Taking a look at Mr. King here, aka Crystal Ball. This is a very nice figure in terms of the design. I'm loving the obviously the hair with the gray along the temples and at the top there. Pretty cool. We've got the what's going on with the eyes. Pretty nice. And speaking of those eyes, they are kind of like a yellow with a darker pupil. I don't know if that's necessarily black, but it looks pretty cool. He's got the mustache going on. We've got necklaces, a pair of them, around his neck. One is the actual ornament is gold painted, and on a long one it's green, very fluorescent. The color is very similar to the accessories, the green on the accessories. He's got this nice jacket that's really an overlay with we've got the fur going on, and the fur looks like it's got some wash in it. Very nice. He's got, as I try to move the necklace out the way, he's got tats along his chest, and some down below where his shirt meets. So I think it's supposed to give off the belief that his tats extend even past that if his shirt was off. When you peel back the jacket, we've got a design there, and that's in gold paint. And speaking of gold paint, as far as the jacket overlay is concerned, we've got gold on both shoulder pieces there. They're not pieces, but the shoulder pads extend out. We've got, or for the jacket anyway, the actual shoulder pads we've got there on both sides. He's got tats on the outside of his biceps. You can see that going on there, both sides there. And he's got wrist gauntlets on both arms. On his right arm, he's got looks like some type of emerald jewel in the center of that wristband or forearm band. And on his left, it's basically a full glove. It's supposed to be a full glove, and the actual gloved part that on the hand, you see how it extends with that black there, and of course it's clawed just like the open hand that we have. When we go further down with his belt, it's painted in a brown, and we've got a nice gold emblem right there for the buckle. And in the rear, as I flip up, the belt continues. Speaking of the rear of the coat itself, we've got some nice texture going on. He's got a pouch there, no paint on that, extra paint. We've got the belt for the coat is just loose and free wheeling. The lower part of the body molded in a grayish, a bluish gray kind of color. He's got the holster there, same color as the coat. And then of course you got the boots. You got the boots there, and as far as his articulation is concerned, his head is on a dumbbell. Because of the collar and his hair, going back, and also because it's a dumbbell, you know you don't get as much range as you want to with these dumbbell joints. You're getting almost nothing going back, going forward. You can get that much because there's another dumbbell for the neck, so that works out pretty good right there. Of course, you can go left and right. You're going to be impeded because of the jacket. I'm sure if you took the jacket off, which you can, but it'll look kind of crazy because you'll still have the shoulder guards there. Then you'd be able to move the head 360. As far as the arms are concerned, you can get him in a T if you work it. Of course, those shoulder guards are going to impede. He can 360, but once again, the jacket itself, the coat itself is going to impede. You do have, there are butterfly joints in there, so he can go back that far. Once again, because of this coat, you're coming across the body. You're not going to get much, if anything. It is what it is. You've got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swiveling wrists, and they both vertically hinge. So you got that going on. Oh, and I didn't mention that he's got either rings or brass knuckle busters on his right hand there. As far as his torso is concerned, he's got an ab crunch, so he can go forward that far. You see here all those clicks. He can go back that far. He's got I want to make sure that that's he's got a ball joint for the waist, so you can get more going that way, and of course you can go left and right, whatever. You've got the drop down legs. He can kick more than a little bit better than 90. Go back that far. You've got the thigh cut there. Double jointed knees. Mine's are tight. At least this left one is kind of tight. It'll go though, as you can see. And then he's got the boot swivel. He can point his toe that far forward, that far up. He's got ankle pivot, holes at the bottom of his feet. The contrast is my right leg is loose at the joints. I had noticed that when I was exercising it prior to the review. So interesting. Hopefully that's not an issue. There have been QC issues with this guy. Shout out to my people at Viper Island. They went through it. The arm was detached. I forget which one, if it was the left or right. It was off, and there was another issue that was messed up. I believe the mask had some issues going on with it, and that's making me look at my mask to make sure I don't have any issues with mine. None that I can see, but that is the articulation scheme on our guy Crystal Ball. For comparison, we have got the retro Dr. Mindbender. Now you're probably asking, well, what's the correlation? Why would you use Mindbender as a comparison with Crystal Ball? Well, Crystal Ball is a hypnotist. Dr. Mindbender is a dentist. This is a comparison of the tists. I know that was horrible, but hey, I had to come up with something. And to get a Joe in there, we've got Alvin Breaker Kibbe, whom we've recently reviewed. Here's Crystal Ball Demoned Out. Like I said, this is probably supposed to be an illusion that he's got the people in his vicinity believing this is what they're seeing because of his hypnotic prowess. Here he is with the shield, and of course brandishing his revolver with I'm still going to go with a snake around it, and this is him, I believe, trying to hypnotize some people. So to conclude this review of the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 159, Richard Crystal Ball King of Cobra. Very nice figure. I Once again, I'm lucky. I made the cut. As I stated in the beginning, this is a Walmart exclusive. And you guys know how Walmart is with their pre-orders. I could have been on the chopping block, but instead I received my figure, and I'm glad I did. I've got no QC issues. I've got my right leg is a bit loose, but it seems to be fine. I love the design of this character. The coat overlay is banging. The accessories definitely banging, and this is a pretty nice offering from Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified. What do you guys think? Let me know below. And yeah, we're going to keep on trucking here. I know I keep putting off that All Striker, but things keep coming up that take precedence. This particular figure, making the cut like it did, it had to supersede the All Striker. We're going to get to it. Trust me. Anyway, let me know below what you think about this figure. Pass, fail, you too OG to be getting the likes of a crystal ball. Let me know. Also, like, share, subscribe, do all those things down below. You know how we do. Help the channel. Still trying to, as we creep towards 1,000 subscribers. It's crazy. I still haven't gotten that yet, but it is what it is. So anyhow, on that note, GI Reviews, I am the Ruckus. That has been Crystal Ball. You guys take care. Peace.